Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to our BKFC Reddit Ask Me Anything. As I slowly lower my fucking chairs going down. Welcome back to another BKFC Reddit Ask Me Anything with Jordan, the Warden, Christie. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Well, now that my chair is back up again, we're good. All right, we just saw BKFC Ice Wars. I was there. You were not in attendance for that one, correct?
No, I wasn't there for that one. I watched it though when it came out yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you fought like I know very little about most of you guys. Have you fought for Ice Wars before?
No, actually, I was trying to get my foot in the door a couple years ago, and then when they took that little hiatus there, it kind of just slipped out of my hands for a little while. But then once I seen that it was getting coming back, I kept in contact with AJ. Like I'd hit him up and ask him like what when was coming, and he was always like big news is coming and all that stuff. So when it finally broke out that it was coming back, I linked up with him and just said, "Hey man, I'm still interested." And here I am fighting June 28th, my man.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about your hockey experience? Like I said, I find it interesting that a lot of the guys haven't played for a while, but they still love fighting and competing. Like, what's your story?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much the same thing, man. I'm 34 years old. I'm from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. I still play like pretty organized hockey, like tournaments and stuff like that. They actually just got a new senior league here this year here, so you might see me floating around on something like that. But yeah, man, like I've always been that type of player. Like I always just push comes to shove, I'm usually the first one with the gloves off. So I mean, it's always been a passion of mine. That's the same thing. You're not going to see me on the power play or penalty kill, that's for sure. But if somebody wants to go, you'll definitely see me then.
That's so interesting. So I was talking to Justice yesterday, and he said
Yeah.
the only time on the power play is if I'm standing in front of the net and people are shooting at me. He goes, but if you want to drop the gloves, I'm your guy.
Yeah, that's basically it, man. You know what I'm saying? Just I'll take the shots and stuff if I have to, but other than that, like I'm usually the one always willing to go, and it's just something that never ever faded away, man.
Do you have much of a combat sports like repertoire or?
Yeah. So basically, I got into boxing when I was 13 years old, and I boxed until I was 13 to 18. And then after that, the mixed martial arts kind of made its way down to where I live, and I did that for about a year or two. We never had any fights or nothing in that, but it was always, I felt like it went hand in hand. Same with judo and stuff like that. I felt like judo has a lot of grips and throws that kind of really helped me with my hockey career that way. A little anything like that, I could kind of get the edge or jump on somebody, something they don't know. I always try to incorporate that into what I'm doing with my fights, and sometimes it works out.
Okay, so you just watched Ice Wars. I watched Ice Wars. What was your takeaway?
Let's just stop and talk about Nick Laporte for a minute. Uh, I mean,
Gorgeous Nick
yeah,
Laporte.
yeah. I just want to say what's up to the Laporte boys. Me and Will were just we were at the same spot. Like I was working in Alberta a couple months ago, and he was there around the same time, and just we're exchanging conversations and stuff. But I mean, them guys put on a performance at the show, man. Like I know James Brooks, my hat's off to James too, man. That guy's a warrior. He's a tough cat, man, and his shoulder just wasn't holding up. And I know that pissed Will off. Will was looking for the finish, and but
Absolutely.
by the looks of it, I'm going to see Will next weekend up in Edmonton because I think he's going to be around, according to him today.
Yeah, I saw that. It's interesting. I saw that Cole, I believe the Viking, he's going to be fighting on that card. I talked to
Yeah.
Justice. He's 50-50. He's waiting on a good opponent. He said he feels like they offered him some opponents that weren't quite up to his. But I mean, it's interesting that they're already turning around and getting so many guys right back on the next show.
Oh, exactly, man. Like I said, most of these people that sign up for these, like Justice Smoke, for example, I talk to Justice Smoke on a regular basis. He's been nothing but helpful for me throughout this last couple of months and just helping me out behind the scenes. It's just the questions I have to ask. And he's at the spot now where he can say stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it's not the right fight for him, where he wants to fight another different top tier guy or something. But like I feel like Smoke's been on every show since they had it.
Right.
And to be honest with you, he can say, no, maybe I'm not that one. But like he's down to fight anybody. Don't get me
Sure.
wrong. Just I can just see him. We have wanting to do that. Same thing with Cole, the Viking man. Cole's been around for a little bit too. Another tough cat, and I mean, it didn't work out for him. That was a hard fucking fight to call, man. that was that
Yeah.
him and the other Willie there. That was a tough fight to call. But I mean, said Cole's pretty. He's good. He'll bounce back from it. Cole's going to get one.
What weight do we see you fighting at?
This one here, I'm coming in cruiserweight.
Okay.
I told AJ I can go either between cruiserweight and middleweight if need be. But there was a little behind the scenes stuff happened there where I was going to fight somebody and something happened and now I'm fighting somebody else. So, but it was both these things were in the cruiserweight division. So I'll be cruiserweight for this one anyway.
It's one of those things. That's the only thing unfortunate is like it seems like for this past card, the roster changed like 5 or 6 times. Even like leading up, like the day before they were moving fights around. So it's one of those things. Like I would love to know who you're fighting, but there's a good chance it'll change once or twice. I mean, like which sucks.
That's it, man. You never know. Like I could be fighting so and so today, and I could be ending up fighting somebody that it was just fought last weekend. Like I don't know. All I know is I just told AJ when he texted me. I said I don't give a fuck who it is. I'm gonna be there on the 28th, and we'll figure it out then. I don't even need a name, is what I told him. I said I don't care. It doesn't. Probably chances are I don't know the guy anyway. You know what I mean? So like you don't got to tell me who it is. I said I'll see you there on the 28th, and we'll figure it out then.
You're the type of person that I want on the show. It's so weird. I reach out to some people and they act like they're doing me a favor to help promote and they'll blow me off or like they'll miss their interview. You're a guy who's hitting me up. Get me on the show. Get me on the show. Yeah. And I finally had to tell AJ, look, I got to get this kid on the show. Like, it sucks. You're only about a week away. So I want to like start hyping it. And he said he loves you and he loves your passion. And he feels like you might have a little bit of like anxiousness, but he's like, I can't wait for him to be on the show. And I think he's going to do fantastic at this Ice Wars.
I'm very antsy, man. Like when I got something in my head, I'm pretty relentless with it. And that's just the way I am when I'm into something, I'm in full tilt. Like I've had this fight 150,000 times in my head already. And I don't even know who it is, but whoever it is, it doesn't matter. I've already visualized the fight before I even got in there. And same thing with AJ. Like I was telling AJ, I'm like, man, you can put me on the next card. I'll fight 5 times a year if you want me to. I don't care. But it's just, I couldn't wait to get on the top. I see how all the boys are coming on here. And I mean, you're never too big to come on the show if you ask me. So if they blow you off, it's kind of their fucking loss, to be honest with you.
I agree. Like, I don't understand. Like I said, I'm trying to help you guys promote. Like, it's not like you're doing me like this huge favor, like it's so fucking weird how people are like drama kings like that, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like I said, I love that you came on. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me, man. I love what you do. I was checking out the other boys. Like before my name even started circling around, I had my eyes on what was going on this show. And I was like, one of these times I'm going to be on that fucking show. Sure enough, I'm talking to you right now. So I did what I said I was going to do.
Okay, other takeaways from like the biggest thing that I noticed, cardio and distance were like the keys to the fights. Would you agree?
Yeah, like 1 minute's a long time, man.
Sure.
Long minute is a very long time. And the hockey fights I've been in, you might at the longest it's been like 20 seconds, maybe say.
Sure.
But you're getting into deep water, so your mindset kind of got to be like, if you got a good gas tank, yeah, you can come out pretty hot. But if you're not kind of pacing yourself and you're like, okay, I just hit this cat with 3 to 4 good shots and he ain't going down, I might want to fucking relax a little bit because I got another 2 minutes with this cat. You know what I mean? So how I'm looking at it, I've been training, how I've been doing it. I've been on the synthetic ice myself, and I'm doing sparring and I'm doing it in rounds. But I know it's a minute round, but I'm doing sometimes a minute, 2 minute rounds just to kind of keep it go past to what you're going to do.
Sure.
And like sometimes I get like today, I just got off the ice a couple hours ago, and that's what we did. We did a round today because I'm fighting next week. Kind of just taking it easy now. Fight camp went really good. Sure. But I feel like if you can't breathe, you can't fight. So if you're coming out and I feel like you're giving it, but I can hear you wheezing. Now it's my turn. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, like so I might go out there and I might let you punch me 5 times in the face. I might come out and hit you the first time. I don't know. But if you don't got a gas tank in this, I reached out to Daniel Amesbury and I was like, dude, you've been through it. What should I? And that's all he said. Get your cardio up and get your iron lungs going. If not, don't even bother showing up. And that was about 4 weeks ago. So I was like to my trainer, like, blow my lungs out because that's what I need to do. And that's exactly what I have been doing.
So it was one of those things like I've seen Ice Wars before on TV, but I wasn't sure. I will say I feel like I feel like you saw Nick Laporte and you saw Will try at one point. Being able to use the distance a little bit. We saw
Yeah,
Snow. He was using the distance a little bit.
yeah,
Justice was doing it. Like it seems like once you use the distance and start tying it, start teeing off on these guys, they
yeah,
want to clinch you.
yeah.
Are you a guy who likes to fight from distance, or are you like you're the typical hockey fighter? You grab the jersey and you start wailing on somebody.
Well, I'm more like a tactical fighter, I would say. I'm not afraid to go open by any means, but every fight to me is different.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So like I would say like I have a little bit I do you're going to see something different from me that you're not going to that you haven't seen from somebody that's been in this. Like a lot of some of these guys are only one hand guys, you know what I mean? Like
Sure.
they're dominant right hands or the dominant left hands. I'm ambidextrous. I've been blessed that I can do shit with both hands. So I mean, I'm not even gonna tell. Like I might be left-handed, I might be right-handed. You don't know.
I hear a lot of people and they're very upset that you guys are wearing gloves, but for some reason they
Yeah,
don't understand you guys have to wear helmets because of the ice, even though
yeah,
it's synthetic ice.
yeah,
So is it one of those things you're even more dangerous because you do get to wear the MMA gloves?
yeah. Because like some people, man, got places to go after this event's over, and like you
Sure.
break your hand, you're missing 6 weeks or whatever you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with the glove on, if you were coming in at, now I got my gloves off. I'm hitting you at 80% now, at 75%. I got the gloves on, and your hands wrapped. Now you can just give them 110% if you want to. You
Right.
know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. Like it's good. I've been training. That's what Smoke told me. At my fights that I had so far in my camp, I had the gloves on because it's a little different. Because obviously, if you're a hockey player, you fought with gloves off. I think it's going to give players in this Ice Wars a little bit more longevity when it comes to that shit. Like it's shit happens though. You can break a finger, you can
Sure.
get it tied up, whatever. Shit's going to happen. But for the most part, I feel like if you want to have a solid career here, it's not a bad idea to have the gloves on.
Absolutely. Yeah, like I said, no one wants to see you guys wrecking your hand. We talked to Amesbury and he goes, there's no way
Yeah.
I want to fight somebody 3 rounds bouncing my fists off their helmet over and over and over.
No, and like to be honest with you, like if we could just take our helmets off,
Sure.
if you could go in there no buckets, like that'd be a different thing. Like, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? Even if this switches to real ice, you're always gonna the helmet's always gonna have to be on. And yeah, if you fight a guy for 3 minutes punching the helmet, you might as well go outside and sit on your deck and go crack that for a couple. Like you know what I mean? And tell me how you feel, and then tell me how you feel the next day. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was like, I know it's BKFC's behind it, but maybe one day you see it going on, gloves off. I don't know. I mean, if it is right now, I feel like the gloves are beneficial for us fighters, so we can have a longer career at it.
Okay, so I've been talking to some of the fighters and they don't have passports. Are you a guy that if they offer you a fight down here in the States, you'll be able to go? Or like I said,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah, yeah. I got a passport. That was another thing I told AJ. I said you can fly me to Stockholm, fucking Sweden, if you want to. Like I don't care where it's at. I don't care. But that was one thing I had. Like I got a passport. I made sure the boys that are part of my team got passports. My wife got a passport. I'm fully loaded when it comes to where we're going. So yeah, I made sure to have that. I just think it's especially if you're a fighter, it's beneficial to have it. You're gonna just because like I'm not looking forward to just fighting in Canada. I want to fight all over the place.
Are you a guy that hockey pays the bills, or what do you do for work?
No, I'm a construction worker, so I got everything covered up right now. But I got a bad idiot tan going from being outside in the sun with short sleeve shirts on, right? But yeah, no, I'm a construction worker, man.
What do you do? Is there like again, you get to wear the gloves, but like, is there anything you are a hockey fighter? Is there anything you do to kind of strengthen your hands during the season?
Well, yeah. So being a construction worker is pretty much physically demanding,
Sure.
because I'm a laborer there, so like I got to shovel a lot of heavy stuff. I'm banging into stuff constantly. You know what I mean? Like on a regular basis, I'm hitting my knuckles or I'm doing something, or even when I'm just might got a couple minutes to myself. When I'm at work, I just kind of like I'm fully dedicated to what I'm doing, and that's what I was telling AJ. Like if I got 5-10 minutes of myself, man, if I feel like it's gonna get benefit me, I'll do it. Like when I have to pick up big boulders to move them out of the thing, I pick them up just like that, like I'm throwing a punch and throw them. I'm at work pretty much training, so anything I can do to try to keep going, yeah. But like you said earlier with the lungs, that's your biggest. It don't matter if you hit like a fucking truck.
Sure.
Eventually, you're gonna run out of gas. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, what is the saying? Like cardio makes cowards, or like if you don't have the cardio, you're not gonna be able to win in this sport.
No, like you're really not. And like I said, unless you're a guy that like has full on knockout power, that can only take you so far. So if I'm fighting somebody who I just watched in my division who's had 3 fights and won by TKOs and knockouts, and they're like in between the first round or whatever, I'd like to see you try that in the third round.
Sure.
So like I'll just you know what I mean. I'll just kind of I'm pretty I can be a good defensive fighter. I was training with a guy who got drafted by the Mighty Ducks, George Davis. Where I'm from. He played in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. He got drafted for being a tough guy, and he was showing me different things, like how to protect myself, like little things, man. And I was like, yeah, like that makes sense. So like, if you're gonna come at me 110% power, I'd hold your fucking breath because I'm not ready to. I'll just get you into the deep water and we'll see how good you can throw then. You know what I mean?
What growing up, what was your favorite hockey movie?
My favorite hockey movie,
Yes, sir.
probably like 95% of the rest of them's either like Slapshot. Like I love Slapshot. Youngblood's always a banger too, right?
Right.
But yeah, no, Slapshot was my favorite movie. I always loved the Hanson brothers, man. Like they were my favorite. Killer Carl or whatever. But yeah, like the Hanson brothers did it for me, and like I was mad. I was just like obsessed with that. I was especially seeing how much the crowd loves when people do that. Like no matter what team you're playing for, if there's a fight, you're standing up. Doesn't matter. Like a goal scorer is only one team's rising, but if there's a fight, the whole fucking place is erupted. And I was like, I never want to score the goal for the Stanley Cup. I just want to fight in center ice with Eye of the Tiger on. That's what I said. That's all I ever wanted. So,
I was gonna ask, what's a better feeling, scoring the game-winning goal or knocking somebody out on the ice?
oh no, knocking someone out on the ice all day. Like if the score is 4-1, you're gonna only remember a couple people who scored a goal that night. You're gonna remember who did the knocked out somebody. You know what I mean? You're gonna remember that.
Okay, growing up, who was your favorite enforcer?
So I'm a Montreal fan.
Okay,
But my favorite player, I would have to say, would be Ty Domi,
sure,
just because he was a smaller guy. And I remember, like, I was watching, like, I'm 5'10". Like, most of these guys I fought growing up are like 6'2", 6'3". They're big boys. Like, I'm not a big man. But,
sure.
like, so, like, watching Ty Domi and, like, Rob Ray, these guys were smaller versions of enforcers, right? And, like, Chris Nyland, I love Chris Nyland just because, like, he fought all 82 games of the year. He didn't give a fuck. And but like Ty Domi was really like a guy who would you like watching him fight like Sandy McCarthy and these guys, man. I was like, wow, like that's insane. But yeah, I would say Ty Domi is my favorite player.
Growing up, like I wasn't into hockey, and then we got the Colorado Avalanche. So
Yep.
I always hated Ty Domi because Chris Simon would fight him, and like there was just something about he's that pesky. He's like Brad Marchand, like the guy you're just like, God, he's kind of, and I'm sure he's great if he's on your team, but otherwise you hate him.
Yeah, exactly. Like yeah, he was one of those guys that you could understand. Like same thing with like a Matthew Barnaby. Like I always thought like he was hilarious. Like he didn't care if he won or he didn't. He's got probably more losses than wins, and he'll tell you that himself. But like you knew he'd fight anybody. Like it takes a lot of balls to drop your gloves in front of however many people, man.
Oh yeah,
Like
millions
it's
of people
not.
are watching. Yeah,
Yeah, like it's and like you got a one. Like you only pretty much got one shot. Like if you get knocked out, you know what I'm saying. Like everybody's gonna. I think the worst thing you do, like I know that they're nice and stuff, but checking on you, be like, wow, you took a bad shot the other night. Like you don't even want to hear about it. You know what I mean? You're like, oh yeah, I know I slipped or something, but yeah, no, it's yeah.
that's what's so weird about BKFC is I'm so friends with so many guys, and you see a guy get freaking murdered, and you're
Hmm.
like, man, you don't know what to say to people, and it sucks. Like, like good Chris Camozzi's a good friend. When he lost to Lorenzo Hunt, it's like good fight. It sucks you lost. Like you don't know what
Yeah.
to tell somebody.
No, it's just one of them things. Like it's like what do you say? You know what I'm saying? Like they know you. Like they know. Like when you got 1 minute you're looking at you, the next minute you're looking at the lights. You know what I'm saying? Like you got
Sure,
everybody surrounding you, and you're already like, oh. And millions of people are now tuning in to watch this, and you're like, oh fuck. You know what I mean? And then you got to get back on the horse because if you don't, you might some people man might not go again. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
sure.
It's very intimidating when you get your bell rung. Like I remember I got hit one time that my eyes were open and it was pitch black. I couldn't see shit. And I was like, oh, I never got knocked out, but I was basically knocked out on my feet. I couldn't see my hand in front of my face, nothing. So now I'm just trying to get away from him.
Sure.
Oh my God. And then I finally came to a little bit and the fight was over. And I was like, what happened? Like, they're like, no, you took a pretty good shot, but I don't remember nothing. Just, I couldn't see.
It's interesting, like you talk about having to get back out there and do it right away. So a good buddy of mine, Keith Richardson, he got knocked out and he was knocked out on his feet and he started fighting the referee because he was so out of it. And like you
Yeah.
just said, he said he couldn't see, but he knew his fight or flight and he was going to fight whoever came at him. The
Yeah.
referee, unfortunately, came at him first. But I talked to him. I said, look, how do you get back in there? Like, what makes you want to train? And he goes, I have a short attention span. He goes, I've already forgot about it. Like, once I'm in the locker room, I already forgot about it. And it's on to the next fight.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like that's how I'm gonna be with this stuff, and I think majority of the guys of this, like, I mean, after it's over, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like that's how I am. Win, lose, or draw, whatever happens. Like, I'm still looking towards the next fight. Everybody's out there trying to win, man.
Yeah.
Like, you can't like knock a guy for that. But like I know there's like a lot of it's a lot of. I don't know. I'm gonna be a little bit different person coming into this shit compared to some of these other people. Like, there's a lot of huge respect for these people. I get it, but like, I'm not your fucking buddy today. You know what I mean? Like, me and you aren't going to be sitting in the corner getting pictures singing "Kumbaya" today. Like, I'm coming tomorrow to knock your fucking head off, and then after that's over, we can be friends. But like, don't. I'm not your buddy today.
That was the one weird thing about this past BKFC or BKFC Ice Wars.
Yeah.
Everybody shared the same locker room, and I didn't like that whatsoever. Like, and I'm hoping in Edmonton they put you guys in different because it's really weird to be like, we're about to fight and we're gonna sit across from each other, we're gonna sit next to each other getting ready. Like, it's
Yeah,
really weird.
yeah, like that's the thing. Like, your adrenaline and your emotions are so high that I mean, if we have to be in there, like he better be on one end and I'll be on the other one. Like, just
Sure.
don't come don't like I don't want to be looking over and seeing you staring at me because like don't you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna like I'm just like I said like I respect everybody that does this, but like I said this is like you're coming to hurt me tomorrow. You know what I mean? I would expect you to be anyway because I'm coming to hurt you. So we can be friends after it's over. But
I, I've talked to several of the fighters, and they're going to be using Ice Wars to kind of springboard themselves and trying to get into the bare knuckle BKFC itself. Is that something you're interested in? Is fighting bare knuckle, or like you strictly
no,
an Ice Wars
I'm
guy?
not. I'm a 110% an Ice Wars guy, man. I'm not looking to go into somewhere else. Like I'm an Ice Wars only type guy. Like that's it for me. Like I've said I've had boxing experience and it's something that I'd be like if I absolutely had to do it, it wouldn't phase me to be like but I don't no. I'm not using this as a stepping stone to get somewhere else. I wanna be one of the reasons why everybody tunes into Ice Wars. Because I'm there.
Is there any sort of bad blood? I'm curious. A lot of times people say like, "Oh, you got to hate the guy." I'm curious if there's anybody that you play hockey against that you're like, "I absolutely want to fight this guy because I dislike him."
Oh yeah, 100 times.
Okay.
100 times. Like, but like some like we like when I was growing up playing hockey, like some of these guys that I felt that way toward, like in the summertime a couple years ago, I was playing softball. I ran into these guys. Not bad guys. Like
Sure.
just when we were kids, and like it was kind of like okay, well we fought last year, so chances are we're gonna fight this year, and you're from here and I'm from here, so we don't like each other. You know what I mean? And it's just like, but then over the times, like you kind of grow out of that. But I can honestly tell you that there's a few people that I don't like still. I couldn't. I'm not. You know what I mean? I don't really care to see them, and they probably don't want to see me, so that's fine.
Okay, without naming names, again, AJ said you guys have 75 to 100 people on the roster. Is there
Hmm.
anybody that's on the current roster that you're like, man, I hope at some point I get to fight this guy?
All of them, rude. All of them. No, I don't have a specific fight. Like, no, I don't. I don't like. There's not like a single person. Like, oh, I have to have him. Like,
Sure.
we're in a fight game to me, man. Eventually, everybody's gonna have to catch it. So, like, it's just a matter of what date's gonna happen it on. Like I told AJ, like I told you, I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care. You don't even got to give me a name. Just tell me to show up at this day, and I'll be there. I'm not a guy that's gonna go on there and try to search you up and be like, hey, buddy, see you next week. Like,
Right.
fuck off with that. You know what I mean? Like, I like No, I don't have a certain guy. They're all tough. I feel like the cruiserweight division, no disrespect to any division that we have here, but it seems like there's a lot of people in the cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
Like it seems like it's like that weight that weight range there. It seems like it's really, I don't know, maybe easier for most people to get to. Maybe
I
like a
think
lot of
so.
guys can get around to one. Like I think it's 175 to 200. That's like an average dude, man. That's kind of where you're at. Like
I think so.
so.
And a lot of guys are 220, and it's not that hard to drop 20 pounds of water.
No, and it's not. But like Devin Gibson, for example, coming in at 135 pounds, like that's got to be hard to find a guy like that, man.
Well, and
In
Devin
this
Gibson is
in this world,
125. Like,
anyway.
that's what's crazy about it. Like, Buck looked significantly bigger because he is. Devin Gibson walks around like slightly over 125. Like, it's going to be
Mhm.
really hard to find somebody that little to fight him.
Yeah, and like in the bare knuckle boxing world, there's definitely a lot more names in the hat you could choose from.
Sure.
But when it comes to Ice Wars and stuff, someone that's around his weight, fuck, they'd have to be about 17 years old. You know what I mean? Like I could never cut, like if like I could never cut that much, that would just kill me. Like I could like, and I'm too small to be a heavyweight. Like I could get to 200 pounds, no problem, but I'm too small to be a heavyweight. I know my limits, so I can either stay in cruiserweight or go to middleweight.
Right.
So if like well, basically, I'm just gonna tell AJ if it matters, if you're like, hey, you got to fight this guy, just if I can get in there, I don't care what weight it is, I'll make it. Just nothing higher than a heavyweight and nothing lower than middle, and I'll make the rest happen. Cruiser and middle, I'm your man.
Are you a guy? So we're seeing Ice Wars signed actually two UFC guys. You had
Mhm.
Devin Gibson come and Buck. Those are both guys who came over from bare knuckle. Does the
Yep.
crossover thing, you kind of like that? Do you like that there's a chance you might fight a UFC guy at some point or a bare knuckle guy, or would you prefer to just keep fighting hockey guys?
No, no, like it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter because I feel like when you come into this, when you're a hockey player, these guys have been maybe a hockey player. Like the last UFC guy, I forget his name.
Rosa, yeah,
Yeah, he was played college hockey or something.
sure,
But that guy's just been dedicating his whole ass of his life to being a mixed martial artist, man. Just because you could skate and do all that shit a couple of years ago doesn't mean you can do it now. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
Don't get me wrong. I'm sure he's going to be a dangerous fucking dude here. Definitely, he's definitely a machine, and like he's going to be a name quick to come here. But if you're fighting just a hockey player, like it's not like you're going to be able to snap somebody's arm there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
If you're in trouble, but like I'm sure he's going to do great. Like these guys, I think it's more beneficial for the BKFC company, to be honest with you. But yeah, like my hat's off to him for wanting to do this after his post career of the UFC. Like that's fucking sick. Good for him. You know what I mean? Good for him. Like whoever his first opponent is like there's going to be a lot of eyes on that fight. And when it's really.
I lost you.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
you're back.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, like he's the one that most people's eyes are going to be on
Sure.
because
No,
like
I
he's.
mean, easily main event fight right there, like you just said.
Oh,
Like
100%, dude. 110%. But what weight's he? You know?
he's a smaller guy. I want to say like 55 probably or something like that. I mean, I don't think he's a very big dude.
Oh, I won't even see him then anyway, so it don't much matter.
Just start cutting.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Okay. My last question I always ask people the very first time I have them on the show. Do you remember the first time you were in a street fight? The first time you punched somebody out of anger who wasn't a relative?
Oh yeah, I've been getting in fights since I was in school as a kid. Like I grew up, basically that's what it was. Like people that's like fighting. Not obviously the world has changed now, but
Sure.
when I was going to school, man, it wouldn't like maybe preschool, like school. I remember being a young kid, and I think a kid squeezed my cheesies or something. I remember that. I just remember vivid of it, but I remember my cheesies hitting the ground and me just starting to hit buddy, and then when you get hit and you realize it's really not that bad.
There's something to be said. A lot of people. So it's interesting. I'll interview some bare knuckle fighters, and they've never ever been in a street fight. And they said the first time I got in a fight was the first time I was in a boxing ring.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people in the world who's never been punched in the mouth, never taken a punch, and I feel
No.
like it would benefit a lot of people to be in like a fight, even if it's like you go to a boxing thing and you do like a boxing
Sign
fight.
up or not. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sign
do
yourself up.
something.
Yeah. Yeah, well, most people that's never been punched in the face or experienced got a lot to say with their mouths.
Yeah.
And it's carried them so far that they don't know. But I feel like those multi people, if you'd crack them, they would really it could change your life, dude. You know what I mean? Like I've been on the other end of it. It can either make it beneficial or it can, you'll learn a lesson. And it's a pretty valuable lesson to learn. Like I remember on the Fourth Line podcast there, Jeremy Lebonsky said, if you're not fighting, if you're not losing fights, you're not fighting the right people. And that really stuck with me, man. So I was like, you know what? That's right. Why do you want easy fights? Like, you're not going to grow as a fighter. Just like if you're playing hockey. Like, when I was playing hockey, if I wasn't playing against older kids, I just felt like I was stuck in the spot. You have to be surrounded by people who's going to make you better. So, like, there might be a fight. You're like, I don't think I'm ready. Fucking take it. That you go see what you're made of. What's the worst going to happen? You're going to lose. Who cares? Like, it's a fight, man. People got in this world, with Ice World Wars. There's no ties.
Yeah, I
So
like that.
there's no time. You don't have to worry about a draw on your record. And like just because you lost today, chances are this guy's not going to be going anywhere. Go beat someone's ass and tell him you want to fight him again.
Right. Okay. Are you pretty healthy going into this fight? I know you can't give away too much, but like, I've talked to some guys and they're like Austin Trout ahead of his fight in Dubai had a
Yeah.
serious rib injury and went ahead and fought anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Going into this fight though, would you say you're relatively healthy?
110% healthy. Never
like
say way, shape, or form. Yeah, and I'm not even hiding it or just blowing smoke up your ass. No, my hands are fine. I don't have any problems. Like I don't have any injuries. No small injuries. No, nothing. During this camp, I was a hard one, but it was also make sure you're fine. You know what I mean? Don't push your limits. Like if there's a day where you're overdoing yourself, like take a rest day. Like listen to your body, dude. Like if you're sore, like just you're not going to help yourself by hurting yourself. You know what I mean? But no, honestly, no bullshit. 110% on the table. I'm 100% okay.
One of my favorite things, like I never watched Shorzy or Letterkenny or all that shit. Charlie was like, bro, I really want you to watch it. I think it's great that I'm talking to you Canadian guys and I'm recognizing like where some of the accents and stuff like that from Shorzy. So I think it's a lot of fun. Are you a guy who likes Shorzy too?
Oh yeah, like I love Shorzy, man, and like I'm a huge John Morasti fan too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, so I think it was great, especially having him on it, and it wasn't just like a one and done thing. Like he's on the show, you know what I mean? It was great to see him on there, and like yeah, like I'm from Nova Scotia. And to my knowledge, I'm the only person from Nova Scotia that's in this.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's becoming like a pretty big deal for me. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm glad that I could be representing Nova Scotia here. I'm not from Newfoundland, where people get that confused.
Right.
Yeah, but we do talk kind of similar, and the way that we say things, kind of like a side mouth type deal. But yeah, no, it's. I'm glad. I mean, I'm a Shorzy guy. It's super funny. If you're a hockey guy, it's definitely relatable.
Yeah.
Especially in the room talk and all that shit. Like, welcome to the dressing room, boys. You know what I mean? Like that's how it is. And
That's what I noticed.
some guys that played that maybe missed that part. Like I know myself. Like I still play hockey and stuff, but like you miss being around the boys in the room and you kind of whatever your problems are to me, when you walk through a hockey rink door, there just goes away, dude. Like when you're here to play hockey and you're here to just enjoy yourself and have fun, and that's how I look at it. And this part of the game's fun for me.
That was one of my favorite parts about this past BKFC Ice Wars is I walked in the back and listened to like, come on boys, let's go. And it was
Yeah.
so fun to hear it was literally like I was watching TV.
Yeah, man. Like your hockey players are a different breed, man. They're not like you watch them in their interviews and shit, but there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that like you would just shake your head at, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just we're all different, and especially it's the guys that do our role, man. Like a lot, like they're probably the most approachable people you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I've met a couple of fighters. I met Sean Thornton. I met him. I met Gino Ojic when he was around. I met a couple tough guys, man, and they were the nicest people I've ever talked to.
No, I agree with
And
that.
And yeah, like that's how it is. But like, they're the nicest people you'd ever want to be around, and they'd be the first people to help you or give you the shirt off their back if you needed it, man.
All right, sir. Well, I'm probably not going to be like unless they fly me up there because like I have no idea. They might need my help again. Maybe they don't, but I'm hoping they
Yeah.
do. I'd love to go up there. But is there any message for the fans that you'd like to get out there before we call it a night?
Yeah, be sure to watch the show. I mean, there's a lot of good fights definitely going to happen on there. There's a lot of big names. Like I said, the Laporte brothers. I know Will's on there. Going to be a stack card. I don't know where I'm at on the card yet, but I'm definitely going to try to be the fight of the night there and show these people exactly like who I am and what I bring to the table. And like I said, I'm a different fighter. Everybody got their own style and different, but yeah, I'm really looking to make a name for myself on this one, man, for sure. Definitely want to. I couldn't thank you enough for having me on your show. I watch it every single time you upload one, man. I'm a big, huge fan of what you do. I appreciate you even giving us a platform to talk. And like I said, if the boys don't come on, it's their loss. But anybody in Edmonton that's going to check it out, June 28th, don't miss it. It's going to be one that you definitely want to see. And BKFC Ice Wars definitely getting some traction. And thank you to all the guys that are running it, man. It's really great for guys like me that want to showcase my skills.
Are you excited? You're a guy who's probably never going to make it to the NHL, but there's a good chance 500,000, 1 million people are going to watch you fight. Is that a dream come true?
It's the only thing I ever wanted, man. Yeah, it's like it is a dream come true for me. Like the 28th is my NHL, and it's my Stanley Cup playoffs. It's raising the cup every time you win for me, man, and it's a feeling that I can hopefully get 2 or 3 times a year. So, I mean, it's a bit like for those out there who aren't like or iffy or wanting to know, like, give it a shot, man. Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, the door is open, and so is mine. So, like, come on.
All right. Well, I'm glad I finally got you on the show. Stop DMing me to get on the show. I got you on. So, but I'm excited to have you on again. I can't wait to see this fight, and we'll definitely talk before your next one.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for having me, and have a good night.
All right, buddy. See you. Bye.
Yeah, brother.